Now, speaking of spectacular stories, you know we have a lot of coaches who tend to want to get into AdvoCare. They do so reluctantly in the beginning, but they see that the products work. And it's usually because the wife has gotten on the products and the husband was skeptical. That's just the way the pickle squirts. That's the normal norm. So ladies, if your husband isn't marching to your drum, be patient. When the check goes up, it'll suddenly become our business. The next rising star happens to be a coach. He and his wife. I met her on a cruise, a Mediterranean cruise for the first time. She was there not with her husband, but alone, because her husband was coaching and couldn't get away. Welcome to the world of working for somebody else. It's called enslavement. They are already diamonds. Already diamonds. They began as an advisor January 26, 2012. They are from Texas. Minnesota did better than that, gang. Help me welcome, from Texas, Charla and Brian Valenzuela.
You know, guys, I got to start off and just tell you it's by grace alone that Charla and I get to stand before you tonight and share our story with you. And I want to invite you back to January of 2012 when our journey in AdvoCare began. You know, I was a full-time football coach and a teacher at Denton Guyer High School right here in Texas. Charla was a full-time athletic trainer. And to be quite honest with you, we were pretty the normal that you'd find in AdvoCare. We were exhausted, we were unhealthy, and we were broke. Truly in more ways than just the finances. And we had been pressed down, beaten, and truly defeated by just the everyday life. And, you know, when AdvoCare came into our life, I'll never forget, all I was looking for was 10 pounds. And just being beat down by that, you know, we drug our kids with us.
You know, and really when we went to our very first mixer, that's when I was fed hope. For the very first time, I'll never forget the moment. I'm sitting in the Pages living room, and Robbie looks at me square in the face, and she said, "Your kids deserve Disney World." My kids did, but our reality is we had to ask our sponsors, Chad and Kennelly Haley, to hold our check. That's just where we were. We were so broke, but that night, we were given an incentive to get to advisor by the close of the pay period, which was 4 days away. And you know what? We're coaches, we're competitive. It was game on. And we did it. We sold our way to advisor in 4 days. And you talk about championship moment in our living room. We were chest bumping, high five. You would have thought we just won the Super Bowl in our living room.
You know, and it was that moment, honestly, it was a light bulb moment for me. I experienced victory in all realms of my life. You know, I experienced victory on and off the football field, but in the field house at that particular time was the only place that I was experiencing victory. And it was that night that I had experienced victory for the very first time within our home. And it was just the feeling of that. I knew that AdvoCare was something much bigger than weight loss.
And you know, our journey began really quickly. 4 months into the opportunity, I was able to step away from a 15-year career of teaching and coaching. But let me tell you what I walked into. I walked into 3 kids' lives who daycare was raising, and we never gave them the opportunity to do anything they wanted. They wanted cheer, they wanted dance, they wanted soccer, they wanted baseball, and we denied them that because of our choices. And so walking into their lives was just the greatest reward. But I'm going to tell you what, we walked into their lives and my son was playing baseball. And I'll never forget the moment His first game, his daddy got there very late because he was coaching spring football. And Cannon was so excited, he runs to the fence after the game because Brian's just walking up. And he looks at Brian and he says, Daddy, Daddy, did you see my hit? And the look on my husband's face when he said, no, buddy, I didn't. I said, I'm gonna fight. There is no way my son deserves to grow up the rest of his life without his daddy in it. And you wanna really grow in Advocare, you start fighting for the kids that are attached to your yes. All of your teams, children, all of that, you fight for their yes, because I'm gonna tell you what, we asked our kids to hold us accountable. And I'll never forget, we said, hey girls, when we go Emerald, you get to go to the American Girl doll store. Of course, we close the pay period way into the night, and the next morning, my 9-year-old's waking me up, Mommy, Mommy, did we do it? Did we go Emerald? And the look on her face when I said, yes, baby, we did. And she just screamed for joy. And remember, it was spoken to me, my kids deserve Disney World. And we have a picture right here of our 3 champions. You see, we got to take that trip to Disney World. And that's just one of many vacations that we've allowed our 3 champions to begin to experience the world.
You know, and I'll tell you, back when I started, they told me Advocare was about leadership. And Charlie Regis quoted a long time ago that Advocare is the pursuit of who you are, in pursuit of those things in life and what you want. And the amazing thing about that is I've grown so much personally. But what I get to do now is I get to experience everyday victories with my family. I get to hoist the championship trophy in my house every single day. And not only do I get to do that, but when we won the state championship this past year, my kids were in the stands with my wife. Now we get to be on the playing field together. We get to experience victory every single day. And the most important thing is we get to do that with every single champion that's attached to us. So thank you very much. God bless. Have a great night.